Hello guys, welcome to yet another session on Omnichannel for customer service. By far I think you know both of us. I am Kumar Ashutosh, Ashu. I am a product manager on the customer service team.
And I'm Alpana Bajaj, again a product manager representing Omnichannel team.
And till now we have done 5 sessions on Omnichannel for customer service. We started our journey with the overview of what we are doing in the customer service and the field service area. Then we had a session on Tuesday about the next generation agent experiences that we have built. Then we had theater sessions on channel integration framework and supervisor experiences. And now today we are going to give you an overview of what we are doing on the whole omnichannel stack. So the agenda for today is basically talking about what are our key investment areas, but before that we will also talk about why we are doing this. And it will be an intro session to the omnichannel. We will take you deep into what omnichannel services are, how do we do routing, what are the new basic capabilities that we have built, what are the great agent experiences that we have derived, how we are transforming the experiences for both agents, supervisors and the customer service managers using the insights and the intelligence. And finally, we will tell you a little bit about the administration as well, and we will leave you with the thoughts. But let's look at what is the problem. So all our businesses have a single endeavor that how to turn the customer who is coming for a service request into a loyal customer. The transition from a dissatisfied customer into a loyal customer is the only ultimate goal. So there are multiple things that have happened. Look at Charles Ray. He's a business traveler, senior sales manager, a preferred channel is email. That means he doesn't like to chat or voice write, but he has to contact you on like those channels when required. And he starts with a channel of convenience. Let's say somehow he is on mobile or he is on a portal and he is starting for a service request, and then he switched to the supported channel because you do not support, your customer service center does not support his preferred channel, right? So he was on Facebook, he could have always have started that conversation request with the customer service center on Facebook, but your organization did not support. So that's the first dip in the emotional journey of the customer. Then he tries to self-help himself, but that also fails because your self-service portals are not good, the virtual agents are not there. Then at that time, the issue is unresolved for Charles. That is when he tries to go ahead and talk to you guys. So he talks to a live support agent on typical channels like phone or chat. And then what happens is he has to all over repeat the same things that he tried on self-service to the same agent, right? So this is repetition due to lack of context. Now he is not only dissatisfied, he is irritated as well. Then you try to do from the chat, you want to do a transfer to another agent, and there are channel switches happening. The customer goes from, let's say he started the conversation on Facebook, then went to the chat, and then to the call. And all the while, if we are not maintaining those context, then the customer is also having to repeat all those things all over again, and the issue resolution will just take time. But finally, if the issue is resolved, he doesn't know how the issue was resolved. That is another problem, right? And the resolution delivery is also a problem. So all these things, how to make these customer journeys so easy is the ultimate endeavor. And second, just coming to the other side of the world, we have talked about the customer, but happiness of customer also depends upon Lisa, who is the agent. Now this whole industry, the customer service industry has to deal with something like they have to turn the dissatisfied customers into loyal customers, but the agents are not empowered. Like what happens? They have so many applications. Lisa has so many applications that she is working with, but she has no customer context generally. At many times there are improper routing. She is getting calls for some channels or some areas which she is not even working on. She doesn't match her skill set. She has to work on multiple. Her aim is to go and provide maximum customer service to multiple customers at the same time, right? To maximize the whole customer service potential of the organization with customer satisfaction. So she is given a very high target. But what we are doing to transform her experience, what we are doing to make it easier for her. And that time, that is where our agent experience effort comes into the picture. Now let us look at one more persona here, that is the Mary, who is the customer service manager. And she has got a lot of KPIs, lot of targets to make. Her aim is to optimize the contact center. Her aim is to understand what is going on. She has to understand what are the deviations happening, what are the KPIs that are broken, what are the anomalies that are happening in the system. She has to look at how to automate the process to make it more cost effective. She has to look at all the engagement analytics to find out where to make more investments. She has to look at all the intelligence and insights to transform her contact center story. And these three persona, if they are happy, we have a transformed omni-channel contact center, and that is our goal. Now, we will start with a demonstration. We'll just talk about investment areas, and we'll start with a demonstration showing all these things.
Thank you, Ashu. Wow. So we have a problem statement here, wherein we need to improve the customer's journey. We also need to provide them a preferred channel of their choice. And for agents, we need to improve their productivity. We need to improve their satisfaction. Likewise for supervisors as well. Now, this opportunity perfectly matches with the mission statement of Microsoft, which is to empower every person and every organization to achieve more and to do more. Now, given this, how do we do? We have three main pillars of investments. First one being providing channel of preference to different customers. Traditionally, in our customer service, we already have channels like email, portal. We are launching new channels like first-party chat, which is completely built on the substrate of Teams messaging platform. Not only that, we also are collaborating and launching more channels. Now, the second pillar of investment is productivity. Imagine the amount of opportunity that we have here to improve the productivity of your customers by not having to repeat the same problem statement again and again on same channels and across different channels, and as well as to improve the productivity of your agents, supervisors, administrators. Now, how do we do that? We do that by bringing the experiences, the productivity tools, bundled all together, working very seamlessly. Last but not the least, given Microsoft is a leader in AI and insights, we are infusing all the intelligence right at the point in time where your customers are, and as well as where your agents and supervisors are, so that they can be more productive. Now, let's dive deep into this. All right. So we had our humble beginnings early this year, wherein we released Omnichannel for Customer Service in preview. Later on, with the immense participation from our customer community, we got a lot of great feedback, and our first version of Omnichannel for Customer Service went GA in July. After that, we have been working aggressively to improve all the different features, and what we show you today is the journey that we have had over the last couple of years, along with all the latest features that we bring to you as part of our October Wave release. Now, let's get started. We have been speaking about three main personas: agent, supervisor, and customer. So right now, what I'm showing to you here is the agent persona, who is logged in on our brand new multi-session, multi-app, contextual experience, wherein as an agent, I can work on different sessions across different channels in the same experience. I don't have to hop and work across different tools in silos. Now, here I am. So folks who have been seeing customer service, you would recognize that this is our customer service dashboard. So all the investments that you have done in customer service, you will be able to take advantage of all those investments, even in Omnichannel for Customer Service. So any kind of customizations that you may have done to your case forms, any kind of customizations that you may have done to dashboards, views, everything will be available to you here as it is. Now, as an agent, I've just logged into the system, and I'm working on 2 different cases concurrently. Yeah? And as I'm working on these cases, now let us switch the persona a little bit here from agent to a customer. Now, a customer, when he has a problem, what does he do? He will try to go to your website. He will try to do some search, read some KB articles, do some performance operations that are available on your website, and try to do a self-serve, right? Now, when he's not able to address his question using your website, he gets an opportunity to talk to your customer service agents using chat. So what you get here is an embeddable widget, which you can completely customize and brand it for your website needs. And once the customer clicks on this website, you can plug and play bots. It can be a bot framework bot, or it can be a virtual agent bot. Now, the moment I start the conversation, the bot responds by saying that, how can I help you today? I tell the bot that my printer is making a lot of noise. Can you help me with some troubleshooting guides? Now, this bot is trained to look up for knowledge base right within your customer service and across different other knowledge bases that you have, and surface the right KB article to the customer. So as a customer, I'm not searching on your website. I'm not browsing through 10,000 articles that you have on your website to find the right content. The bot does all the job for me, and it is surfacing the right content. Now, let's move on and say that, yes, this particular article helped me a lot. The bot is proactively asking, hey, is there anything else that I can help you with? Now, let me tell the bot that, hey, I had returned an order, and I'm yet waiting for the refund to arrive. Now, in this case, you can clearly see that I never told my name to the bot anywhere. Yeah? But still, it fetches the content that it has in the systems for me. As you can see, we have 2 orders for May Gibbs, and it is getting all the data of the logged in customer from the portal and proactively getting the data from different systems and surfacing that, hey, you have 2 orders, which one are you referring to? Now let me go ahead and say that, hey, I'm referring to the order that ends with 3212. Now the moment I say that I'm referring to the order that ends with 3212, the bot is trying to figure out, am I trained to address refund requests for this particular order? Because it can be a single transaction order, or it can be a bulk order. Yeah? So in all those cases, it is doing all that analysis. And once it figures out that this particular bot is not trained to address a particular type of interaction, now what it will do behind the scenes is that it will try to find the best agent who is skilled to address this particular conversation. Looks like there's some network glitch, so let me just go ahead and start another chat. And the moment I do that, now behind the scenes, what you can do is you can completely configure your agent skills, the proficiency of your agents across different skills. Like for example, an agent who is an expert with printers may not be an expert with your desktops, right? And even within printer, if you are a multinational company, then you may have agents speaking different languages, and you may be providing 24/7 support. So a person who is proficient in English may not be proficient in Spanish. The proficiency levels could be different, right? So what we provide to you is a skill-based, proficiency-based, capacity-based, and availability-based routing engine, which will find the best agent to work on the conversation. Not only that, it will also find the best skilled agent who has the right capacity to work on that particular item. Now, the moment the system finds the best agent to work on that item, now let's switch the persona here and come back to the agent persona. Now, on the agent desktop, now since this is a chat conversation where the customer is really waiting on the other side, there's a toast notification up on the top with complete context of the customer and as well as about the problem, giving agent an option to either accept the conversation or to reject the conversation. Now, the moment I accept the conversation, a session gets launched for me on the left-hand side. So now I can work not only on case, and I can also work on chat conversations right in the same tool with all the content surfaced to me in a more contextual manner right at the time when I'm talking to the customer without having to do a lot of clicks, because I have access to complete context of the conversation that has happened between the bot and the customer. So I don't have to repeatedly ask the same questions that the bot has already asked with the customer. Not only that, assume the scenario wherein it's a large-scale contact center, wherein as an agent, I'm talking to multiple customers at the given point in time, right? When I'm doing that, a quick real-time AI-based sentiment indicator right on the top will help me gauge the sentiment of the conversation and pick the right conversation that I need to address on first. For example, say if I'm working on 5 chat conversations. When I'm working on 5 chat conversations, now what happens behind the system is that all the conversations need not be at the same level, need not be at the same happiness or satisfaction level. Now, different engagements can be at different levels. Now, as an agent, if I'm working on 5 conversations, say 2 of them are really unhappy and 3 of them are super happy, right? Now, I need to pay attention to the conversations that are unhappy first. Having this real-time sentiment indicator on the top will help me make that judgment and pick up those conversations which are trending in the negative direction first, right? Because that is an opportunity for the agent to improve the satisfaction of the customer. Now, once that is done, you can also use the Azure-based APIs to provide the summary of the conversation so that if there are, say, 150 messages that were exchanged between the bot and the customer, you don't have to read through the entire transcript. Now, as an agent, when I get this conversation, the first thing that you do is to try to look up for the contact record so that you can get all the information for that particular customer or contact to help him address his question. Now, as you can see here on my right-hand side, I have a complete conversation 360, which is automatically populated for me. Without a click, it automatically loaded the contact data. It also loaded the entire contact's journey with the organization. Like, for example, hey, I had a conversation with bot. I also had conversations on emails. I created a case, and you can go as far as you want to go back and look up the entire journey of this particular contact right at the time when you're having a chat conversation with the particular contact. Not only that, you also get to see the visitor details, any context that the customer may be doing on the portal. Like, for example, in this particular case, since the customer reached out for printers, he may be searching for certain keywords on the website which you can populate. He may have visited certain pages on your website that you can populate. Yeah? Like, one of the most common things that you see that happens is that your chat is completely disconnected from the activities that the customer has already performed on the website. For example, hey, say that I want to book my airline tickets. There's a form wherein you have already entered what is your source, what is your destination, how many tickets you want to book, what is the date when you want to travel, what is your to date, what is your from date. Now, even after entering all that information, when you reach out to your customer support agent, hey, I want to book a ticket, but I'm not getting the right option, many times the agent repeatedly asks you the same questions. Where do you want to go? How many passengers are traveling with you? When are you planning to go? When are you planning to come back? Now, that takes a good amount of 5 minutes of time. Imagine the kind of time that you can save by passing on all that context of the things that the customer has already done on the website without any questions asked to the agent right at one click. So this is the power that you get by which you can pass a lot of additional context from the portal journey of that particular contact to the agent without even doing anything. The next thing that I want to show you is the agent scripts. Now, one of the most common problems that we have in the contact center industry is the amount of attrition that happens in the contact centers. So a lot of times, the agents, they are put on the floor with very minimal training. And given the agile world that we are in, another key problem that we face is that there are a lot of releases that happen very dynamically every 2 weeks, every month. Keeping up the agents trained for these many releases is a tough job, right? So for those things, what you can do is you can provide an real-time online guidance embedded right at the place where the customer is having the conversation with the agent, which we are calling it as contact agent scripts. Now, this agent scripts capability will provide the steps that an agent needs to take in order to address this particular conversation. And this is completely configurable. You can do it real time. As and when your products are getting published, you can change it without a single line of code. That brings the productivity on the agent side and the customer side. Now, the moment you provide the scripts which defines the process the agent needs to follow. Now, how can you take few notches up? By providing him automation tools, by providing him productivity tools. Now, as you can see here, we have 3 types. First one is the simple text-based. Second one is you can build macros. Now, what this does is that you can click on this particular button that you have got. In this particular case, I wanted to create a new case for this customer. It automatically linked the customer's information. It automatically populated the case title, saving a lot of time for the agent in typing, in figuring out what he needs to type. And it also leaves the agent to make any changes if he likes. Coming back, you can do a lot of other activities as well. Now, if you have nested processes or conditional processes, you can do that too. For example, the last option that I have here is sub-process. When I say that, hey, I want to close this conversation, when you open this, it will give you the steps that you need to follow in order to close the conversation. Now, there are a lot of other productivity tools as well, but the key one that I want to talk about is an ability for you to plug a bot which can help the agent by providing next best steps. So far, what you have seen is a customer-facing bot, which can help you with self-serve activities and escalation activities. Now, imagine the amount of productivity that you can bring in by providing agent-facing bots. Like example, in this particular case, since this particular customer is reaching out for refund aspects, you have an agent-facing bot called Smart Assist, which is proactively doing all the work for me and suggesting me that, hey, there is a KB article which is published which says that the refunds are getting delayed by 2 days due to some technical maintenance issues. Now, since this bot is a Microsoft Bot Framework bot which you build, you have immense control and power to hook it up onto your systems and provide content based on your business use cases. Content related to knowledge articles, content related to the next steps that he needs to do. For example, if the problem is related to refund and as a process, this agent needs approval based on the customer's context from a supervisor, you can also clearly suggest the next best action to the agent that, hey, for this particular problem, you need to consult with the supervisor and get approvals. And it can also provide you capability to create, update, delete records on behalf of the agent with one click. This entire card that you see here is based on adaptive cards. The macros that are powering the agent scripts can be configured to power this adaptive cards as well, so that in one click, you can go ahead and do some productivity actions. Like for example, in this particular case, I don't want to go ahead and click find the KB link article and share it with the customer. With one click, I can just send the KB link article to the customer. So similar to this, you can do a lot of other productivity tools as well. Apart from that, we have also built a lot of collaboration tools like consult, transfer, so on and so forth. So we spoke about chat as a channel. We spoke about a lot of productivity tools. We spoke about sessions, application tabs, so on and so forth. Now let's take a look at the other channel options that we have for customers so that they can reach out to your organization right where they are. Now, the next channel that I'm going to talk to you about is Facebook Messenger. Now, how many of us here are there on the social media? Facebook, yeah? And how many of you have reached out to an organization on Facebook Messenger for your questions, for any support activity? Right, and we all know that for brands, for organizations, the presence on social media is an immense opportunity to showcase their customer service operations and to turn your customers into brand advocates, right? Now here I am, this is Contoso's Facebook page. I have logged in as a customer, Patrick, and I'm visiting this particular page. I see this post from Contoso which says that, hey, there's a new series of printers they have launched, and this is launched just today. Unfortunately, I didn't know about it that they were supposed to launch a printer today, and I had just bought a printer like a week back. What I can do here is that I don't have to go to their website. I don't have to send an email to do anything. If I want to talk to the organization, right from the Facebook page, I can go ahead and click Send Message option, which integrates with the messenger of Facebook. And now when I send a message from here, behind the scenes, it is hooking up with the Azure channel integration options that we have, giving this data to Omnichannel. Again, whatever happened for chat based on routing, it is finding the right agent to work on this conversation. Now, as an agent, when I go back to my agent desktop, just like the way I got the chat notification, I get a Facebook Messenger notification as well. I click on Accept. Now, I can work on Facebook Messenger right from Omnichannel for Customer Service. Now, imagine the kind of productivity that you're going to gain by empowering your agents with this particular capability. Now, as an agent, I don't have to work in different tools, which typically operate in different silos, without much interaction with each other and without productivity. Now, with Omnichannel for Customer Service, you can empower your agents to work across different channels on the same interface, thereby reducing a lot of training cost that typically gets into the contact center industries. Not only that, all the productivity tools that were available for you on chat are also available to you across different channels, right from your Conversation 360, which populates your customer detail, which gives you the unified journey of your contact, agent scripts, and Smart Assist. And as we continue to make investments towards our productivity tools, you will see that all these tools will work across different channels. Yeah? Now, that is a great channel of choice, social media, and this is our first step into the social presence. But as we move forward, we plan to expand our offering to add more channels. Now, let's move on to another channel, which we have today in GA. Now, SMS as a channel comes in very handy because the world is moving towards mobile messaging aspects. Now, when you are on the move, a lot of times you may not get a chance to go to the website and initiate a chat, or go to the Facebook Messenger and initiate a chat. For SMS, we have partnered with a company called Telesign, and you can get a phone number from Telesign, plug that phone number into Omnichannel for Customer Service, and when your customers send a message on SMS to your agents, they don't have to work on any other tool. Right from Omnichannel for Customer Service, you get an SMS request, just like the way you got for chat and Facebook Messenger. Now, based on the number from where the SMS was sent, you see that the customer information is also pre-populated, and you get the same productivity experiences that were available to you in chat and Facebook Messenger. So we have chat in GA, we have SMS in GA, and now let me show you one of the most popular channels that we have in the contact center industry, which is call, right? So the moment a customer makes a call, you get the notification for call experience. And just like the way you had chat session launched, Facebook launched, a session for Jim Glynn gets launched here. Now, since this is audio, it is asking me for permissions. Let me mute here. Perfect. Now, what you can do is you can work with your telephony providers, bring their soft phone embedded right within Omnichannel for Customer Service. So as an agent, if I have to work on calls, parallelly when I'm working on digital messaging channels like chat, Facebook, and SMS, I don't have to switch across different tools. And the value prop of Omnichannel continues to remain on call channels as well. All your productivity tools will be available to you here right at the same spot.
I just want you to take a deep breath here. There are 7 tabs there, 2 entities from emails or communities maybe. 2 cases open from emails or communities, a Facebook chat, a portal chat, SMS, and a voice chat going in parallel with the same stability, with the same agility. And the agent is in the same interface. There is no agent ramp up needed. They are using the same productivity tool. It's the same omnichannel system that is powering everything.
Great. Now, the reality of the ecosystem in different organizations is that not all data is in one single system, right? On an average, we see that as an agent, when I work on different conversations, I have to access multiple different systems to get the data and process the data and serve the customer. Now, when I have to do that, I'm hopping across different line of business applications that you have in your system. I'm entering data into them. I'm getting data from them in order to address customers' question. The next cool feature that I'm going to show you is how you can bring in automation and productivity there by embedding the different line of business applications that you have right within Omnichannel for Customer Service. Now, here I am. Say that I'm talking to the customer. I'm taking some notes in the call notes. Yeah? And when I click on this Bing icon that I have here, it loads the Bing app. Yeah? Now, when I load this Bing app, this is just a sample app that we have integrated to show you that this is technically feasible. Now, imagine the power it brings to you, because now you can go ahead and embed your line of business apps, which are web-based, which are iframeable, right within the context here. Now, when I'm switching the context, say, from Patrick Sands to Jim Glenn, now whatever application tabs that I opened, that remain as it is. So the context is not lost. It is completely persisted. Yeah? So what we saw right now are the channel options that you're giving to your customers, the productivity tools that you're bringing to your agents, and as well as the multi-session, multi-app capabilities, which allows agents to concurrently work on conversations across different channels and allows you to embed your line of business applications in a contextual manner to your agents. Now, let's switch to the third persona that we have in our system, which is the supervisor persona. Now, when we go back here for the supervisor persona, we have built dashboards, which give you a holistic view of all the conversations that are going on in the system across different channels. And as a supervisor, I can go ahead and monitor Whisper Barge. I can go ahead and provide consults, so on and so forth. Not only that, once the conversation is done, all the conversation gets stored inside the same common data store layer that we have, and you can have historical insights driven on top of it. Out of the box, we provide you industry standard KPIs like average handling time, average wait time, abandon rate, so on and so forth. But this is completely customizable for your needs. You can tune the KPIs for your organizations as well. Yeah? And just like the way we had a real-time sentiment indicator for agents and supervisors, once the sentiment is displayed and it's stored inside the system, we also have sentiment analytics built on top of that too. So we are actually infusing the intelligence and insights right where the agents and your supervisors actually need them. Make sense? Perfect. Now let's go ahead and quickly switch and summarize what we have seen today in the demo. Yeah? We saw the channel options right from your first-party chat to SMS, Facebook Messenger, call. Not only that, it also supports all your traditional channels. So if there's an incoming email or a case, you can do that. Now, as the next thing, when the conversation gets initiated, what we saw was that based on a very scalable routing engine, no matter where the conversations are getting initiated from, no matter which channels are they getting initiated from, you see that there is a skill-based, queue-based routing engine which routes those cross-channel conversations into different queues. And all these queues are powered by different agents. You can have bots linked And answering those queues, you can have agents, you can have supervisors. Bot can seamlessly transfer those conversations with agents. Agents can collaborate with your supervisors. And as a supervisor, you have a holistic view across all the different conversations that are going on, where you can proactively monitor and help your agents. Now, when the conversations are going on across different channels, you can configure all your routing rules based on your contacts attributes, account attributes, your case attributes, custom context, so on and so forth. You have skills, proficiencies. You can also define that you want to do an exact match of skill or a close match of skill, so on and so forth. On the experience and productivity side, we saw that we have a new multi-session, multi-app experience, which allows you to embed your line of business apps. And it is channel agnostic. As an agent, I'm working on different channels at the same point in time on the same one. We also saw different productivity tools that we have in the system. And we also saw that how customer-centric we are making the agents by providing him all the contextual information right at the time when they need it. On the intelligence and insight side, what we saw was how you can plug and play bots on the customer side to improve productivity and upscaling your organizations 24/7 with your bots. How you have real-time sentiments for your agents, supervisors. And we also have historical dashboards on real-time sentiment analysis. Not only that, you can also have agent-facing bots and historical insights on top of it. Now, I'm sure you all would want to try it out. And all this is live in production today. A lot of capabilities are also in GA. And few of the capabilities which are in preview are also available to you. So can you try it? Of course, yes. All you have to do is you have to go to, let's switch for a minute. You have to go to trials.dynamics.com and sign up for a customer service option here. Go to your admin center. You will see an omnichannel for customer service. Once you see omnichannel for customer service, you can provision all your channels. And once you do that, you will see the omnichannel for admin app here, where you can completely configure all your channels, queues, skills, work streams, productivity tools, and any other settings that you may want to have. Yeah? So we are looking forward to see you try our different cool offerings that we have. Now, to summarize, in the Omnichannel for Customer Service team, we truly believe that you need to bring the channel experiences, you need to bring the routing, the productivity tools, collaboration tools, the three key pillars that we spoke, channels, productivity, intelligence, and insights, all of them together, and provide a unified, seamless, contextual journey to your customers, agents, and supervisors.
Just finalizing on this. So what we have done here, we have channels, we have routing, we have an agent experience at the center, but all the earlier capabilities of the case management, like case management, knowledge management, business processes, surveys, Forms Pro, entitlements, SLAs, all of them are intact. They are all lighted up in the same environment, in the multi-session, multi-channel environment that you saw. The key goals, 5 key goals that you see there are connecting the businesses with the channels, building a very customer-centric journey and customer relationship profile, which can be used for routing. And then we have to intercept that with multiple opportunities for customer self-service. Finally, you saw how we have empowered the agents big time. We derive actionable insights, and we power it by our intelligence and automation.
All right. Thank you so much. We are available off the podium as well for any questions that you have. Thank you.